Murmansk is Russia's largest town within the Arctic Circle. It is often called the capital of the polar region, and the town fully justifies this title. Murmansk is Russia's gateway to the Arctic. Murmansk is the administrative center of the country's executive region, which borders both with the European Union country Finland and with the Scandinavian country Norway. Murmansk has an area of 154 square kilometers. It is equal to the area of Liechtenstein, and the population of the town is equal to the population of 7 Maltese islands, 305,000 people.
Мы гордимся тем, что по многим параметрам Мурманск является уникальным городом, и будем рады приветствовать у себя участников и гостей чемпионата мира по зимнему плаванию. Особенно почетной эта миссия будет для нас в год столетнего юбилея нашего города.
A mere 100 years ago, the coast of Kola Bay were desert. The far north was severe for life and unattractive from the economic point of view. But only here, the ice-free harbor opened for the Russian Empire's sea roads to all countries and continents. Thus, the port town was developed within the Arctic Circle. Today, Murmansk accepts Panamax vessels with the capacity of 200,000 tons and graceful antique sailboats. Murmansk is a port of registry of the legendary bark Sedov. Fishing boats and snow-white cruise liners stand in here.
Thank you.
Is that it? Anything else?
No, not yet.
There is a floating museum laid up to the moorage of the marine station. The world's first nuclear-powered icebreaker Lenin, which gave life to the civilian nuclear fleet in Russia. Murmansk is Russia's largest town within the polar circle, which is accessible by sea, rail, air and car. The city is stretched for more than 20 kilometers along the coast of the Kola Bay. This resulted in a strong development of public transport. Besides familiar buses, minibus taxis and car taxis, there are trolley buses in Murmansk. This is the northernmost and most extensive trolley bus network in the world. Public transit roads connect the most distant point of the town. It will take you about 2 hours to travel from the north to the south of Murmansk by a trolley bus. And you need the same time to cross the whole Belgium by car. Murmansk is the capital of the Russian polar region with enormous economic potential. The north provides the world with metals and ores, fertilizers and fish. Town life is provided by the major concerns of food and service sector. Murmansk is a town of festivals and sport events. For about 80 years in a row, a sport Olympiad, Festival of the North, has been held here. The program of the festival includes more than 20 winter sports. Its competitions were the first in the career of many sportsmen, world champions and Olympic prize winners. During the Festival of the North, the ice swimming competition has been held for several decades. It is one of the citizens' favorite. Thousands of visitors each year are attracted by traditional reindeer races, which appeared on the program of the festival in the 30s of the 20th century. Murmansk 50 km cross-country ski marathon is included in the European long-distance popular ski race series. Every person can become a participant of the race. All you need is to register on the eve of the start. In summer, guests of the town can attend Murmansk Mile, the sport festival which is held on the Kola Bridge, which is 1,611 meters long. That is why the sport festival got this name. Each year new sports appear in the program of the festival, but two competitions remain unchanged year after year. Mass race on the Kola Bridge, which involves tens of thousands of the citizens. And a unique swim across the bay. The water temperature at this time is rarely more than 7 or 8 degrees, and the start is carried out not far from the place where the two strong northern rivers flow into the bay. It raises additional difficulties while fighting with the powerful currents, but the desire to conquer the Kola Bay attracts to the competition the strongest swimmers from many countries, Russia and Murmansk. We got really strong traditions of swimming in cold water. One of the oldest in Russia Walrus Club has been working since 1965. Its base, which is situated at the Semyonovskaya Lake, can become a place where the World Cup in the Winterswimming is held. One of the legends says that 100 years ago, on the bank of Semyonovskaya Lake was the hut of the first inhabitant of the settlement. Nowadays, it is one of the best places in the town for summer rest, ice swimming and skiing. In 2016, Murmansk will celebrate the centenary. The citizens take care about the history and appreciate the present. In the town, where the first expeditions of the Northern Seas explorers started, Arctic Research Institute exposition is situated. There is also a museum of military aviation, where you can see lots of original aircrafts of the Second World War. The history of our region is represented in the exposition of the museums of regional studies and art, modern art and music in the art galleries and philharmonic halls. There is a jazz fan club in the town. Sometimes the guests are extraordinary performers. For example, the Finnish consul in Murmansk, Mr. Martin Rakakowski, who is famous not only as a diplomat, but also as a great saxophonist. Night discos and concerts have been an integral part of contemporary youth culture for a long time. There are more than 30 nightclubs in the town. Murmansk has always been popular among travelers. The hotel infrastructure is developed here. You can find rooms of every class in the hotels of the town: students' rooms, apartments, and luxury suites. There are more exotic accommodations next to Murmansk: small wooden houses in the forest, campsites with Russian sauna and traditional swim in the river after sweating room. All the hotel infrastructure of the town is 1,225 places in the price range of 30 to 300 euros per night. Suburban placement with the delivery to the place of competition, which will take 40 minutes, is another 500 rooms. In the nearest year, after the reconstruction, the town's largest hotel, Arctica, will continue its work. The traditional multi-ethnicity and diversity of the North are visible in the restaurant business, for every taste approach does really function here. In 160 cafes and restaurants of Murmansk, the majority of which is located in the city center, you can find Oriental dishes and dishes of Asian cuisine, European menu and the Soviet-era dishes, which are in vogue in the finest restaurant of Europe. There is always a wide choice of dishes prepared according to the old recipes of Russian coast dwellers and in the traditions of the indigenous Sami people. North of Russia is the geographical edge of the country, but at the same time it is the heart of its hospitality. As if customs of many nations, developing this area for many years, joined into an integral unit. We would be glad to show it to the participants of the World Championship at the remarkable year for the Northerners, centenary year of Murmansk. The holiday, which we are wholeheartedly ready to give to all the visitors of our bright town.
Мы будем рады, если Международный комитет выберет Мурманск местом проведения следующего чемпионата. Мы приложим все усилия, чтобы совместно с оргкомитетом соблюсти традиции данного чемпионата и сделать его поистине незабываемым. Приезжайте к нам в город, не пожалеете.